Here's a suggestion. Clean your mental house. And what that means, it's like a computer. Today, Michael, the director, is working on the movies here that you're watching. And in the computer we're using was saying there were some glitches or whatever, and found out it was because it needed to be cleaned out of, more space, make more space and clean out that sort of, the old programs, you might say. So what about us? In the sense we get overloaded. We have clutter in the mind, pettiness, old grudges, old dialogue, what I'm going to say next, what I coulda, shoulda, woulda, going on like this. This is all in the mind. This is all a distraction from who you really are and the power and the beingness of who you are in the moment of now. And so it's almost like there's underlying unconscious programs that are running that we've agreed to, our ancestors agreed to, that are accepted in the world as truth, but are probably and maybe lies and not true. So how do we know? What do we need to do? We want to clean out our mental house. And it's like as you're doing that, as you clean your own house. Spiders hide in the dark little places in the spider webs and things like that. And it's like if you have a program running, I'm not good enough, or there's not enough, or everybody dies, or you're in a prison cell, or you're limited, or it's you're alone or lonely. All these things, these are words. And these words, there's definitions and our own understanding, and each word is a world in a sense of all of these concepts that could be like hypnotic spells cast upon us. And it's interesting, some of those old stories, fairy tales and such, were talking about casting spells. Maybe they weren't fairy tales. And maybe those spells that we're under are limiting us. They're causing suffering and pain and loss and fear and hatred and all of these that are not divine. They're not who we are. Not necessary. This isn't really what life is. You are life. And being who you are, you can take on any consciousness. You can take on any thought system. You could take on any belief system, anything that you want. And people are doing this all the time, but most people don't have a clue. They don't even know what they're doing. Because it all seemed like the knowledge that you could get of what's going on in the outer world, the study of the outer world, was more important than the study of yourself. And they even made the word self-centered as bad. No, you are centered in yourself. But when you know who yourself is and you're being who your true self is, you're in harmony with all selves, all divine beings. Because you have no competition, you have no fear, you have no doubt, you have no scarcity, you have no limitations, you have no rules, you have no laws in the sense, because you're a divine being. And yet we have agreed to the reality that we have. Whether we were conscious of it or not, somehow we have this clutter, these cobwebs, these spaces and places of accumulated knowledge that's obsolete. Like the past, it's over. What you have is the wisdom. And the wisdom you already have. You are wisdom. Your divine mind knows all, you see. So when we stay in the heart, and we are the love, and I don't mean sentimentality. I don't mean like and dislike. Love has no opposite. Fear is not the opposite of love. That's ridiculous. Fear is an implant. It is no, and love has no opposite. Like and dislike, yeah, opposites. But there's absolutes, and you're an absolute. because you're real, and love is who you are. And who you are is multi-leveled in being and qualities, and yeah. The greatest and last frontier is not outer space, outer space, no, inner beingness and the full development of who we are. And that's got to be the greatest fulfillment and the greatest satisfaction. And if there's something you want to do, go do it. You say, yeah, but I'm not good at it. Who said good or bad? If you want to do it, do it. You begin. And this is what someone told me years ago. One of those things that, you stick in your mind is that it's one encounter after the next. That's where you apply. It's that every moment you apply the divine knowledge. Yeah. So take a look. What's in that unconscious? Ask your conscious self to reveal to you what's in the unconscious. And then you can decide, do you want to agree with that or not? And break all those agreements that we've been using to self-destruct. And you can't be. You're indestructible. Yeah, you're eternity. And just to let go of the thoughts and concepts and beliefs and ideas that are self-destructive, self-abusive. Because what are they? You don't need it. Yeah, let yourself accept the bounty of who you are.